Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I wasn't planning on really making any videos for this channel. I was kind of planning on just leaving it alone. But I felt motivated from meeting some of the people at the PolyU like Physio O camp. Like even before, like the moment I got there, some of the people were like, "Oh, I've seen your video on the PolyU Physio interview." I'm like, "Oh," because last time I checked, there were 3 views on there, and then yesterday, like I just left the channel alone, and then yesterday I checked, there were like 600 views, so that's pretty interesting. But I feel like because people want to get into the PolyU Physio program, so that's why that video would get more views. But for this one, and like for my future videos, I'm not too concerned about views anyways. I'm just so my two main goals with like the videos I'm making is first is to practice speaking, is to being able to articulate my thoughts, not only like um, saying them out loud, but also like expressing them in a manner that is I guess just sounds nice, right? Like not being like robotic or having a low tone, like dull tone or anything. Um, and I guess the more important goal of like me making these videos is for me to document my like past self, like me at this point in time, so I can like look back at it like maybe like a year or like 3 years later and see like what I'm thinking at this point in time. So in this video, I want to share basically just kind of like some of the highlights of what I've been up to uh, this summer, and also my goals for my first semester at PolyU. Yeah, I guess the highlight of this my summer would be my trip to Japan and the U.S. This was my first trip without any family, so I went with a friend and we spent a week in Japan and then 10 days in LA. So, um, like Japan was pretty fun. There's stuff to do day and night, and then I think the craziest thing is just no, I'm not really much of a clubbing guy, but all of like 6 nights there, we went clubbing like 4 times, and the crazy thing is that we clubbed until like 4 or 5 a.m., and then we'd have to wake up at like 9 or 10 a.m. because I booked stuff for us to do the following like the next day. So there was that, and Japan's just a country I've always liked because I'm a big like anime fan. Oh, by the way, and then like Pokemon fan as well, and then so I picked up quite a few merch from Japan, and um, but like the thing I guess is that a lot of Japanese people don't really speak English, so it's nice to visit Japan as a place to like tour around, but I probably wouldn't live there long term just because like learning the language and like cultural barriers would be a thing for me. And then afterwards we went to LA. My friend is an international student there, and I guess just the I'd sum it up as like culture shock for me. Like I've never been outside Asia until now, and just a lot of things in LA were new to me. Like I've heard of it, but just experiencing it is something different. So just off the top of my head would be like the cars. Like you have to drive everywhere. Like even to a restaurant is like 10 minutes. You have to drive 10 minutes. Um, Everything is really flat and spread out. Like there are almost no. I mean, like every building is probably like 5 stories max, and um, another thing would be just, but because of that, like everything is so spread out, people are more, I guess, laid back or chilled, if that's what you want to describe it as. So like a lot of times, if there's nothing to do, like my friend would just um, like hit up some of his other friends and be like, "Oh, want to light up a cig or like want to smoke some weed or whatever," and then um, I guess like they prefer that kind of lifestyle, just sit around and talk, but it just felt like it wasn't for me, or maybe because I live in Hong Kong. It's like everything is more like rushed, more efficient, like that. like, and also I don't really um, do cigs or weed, so like the whole time they were doing that, I was just kind of like, sitting in the living room doing my own thing. Um, and the last thing is LA is super expensive. Like a meal there would be like 20 US dollars, and plus tips plus tax. So it's good that I've been, but I don't think I'd be back to LA anytime soon. But on the other hand, Tokyo, I'd definitely go back sometime. Um, yeah, when I save up more money. And then so after my LA trip, like I had a 14-hour flight back to Hong Kong, and then the moment I landed, I went to the PolyU physio O camp. And then I feel like it's like the same feeling as LA to me. Like it's good I've been, but I probably wouldn't go back again. So, like meeting the people was definitely nice, but the activities were kind of. I mean, it makes sense. Like, what are you gonna do there, anyways? But, um, just they weren't really my thing. So the first one would be, like the group dances, and then they kind of spammed that for 3 days. So, good thing like I missed one of the days, so I didn't have to dance as much. And then the second one would be the mass games, like basically just being in different groups and competing against one another. And the game I remember most would be like there's this sticker on your back, and you have to protect your sticker while taking off stickers from other teams. Yeah, and then so after the OCAP, I've kind of been just like selling in, um, yeah, and then just getting ready for school. Um, okay, so now onto the main point of the why I am recording this video is, I want to kind of just lay out what I want from this semester. So this is my first semester at PolyU, and I would, I guess I would title it like the comeback arc. So this is, I guess the main reason is, like I've had like this is my second shot at university, and I'm very lucky and grateful for this opportunity to be able to like switch, like pivot careers. So before at HKUST, I was studying computer science and business. So UST would know, like UST students would know what DDP is, and I got into it for the wrong reasons. I was mainly chasing like that big paycheck at the end of the day, and but like I had no interest towards computer science, and um, and then yeah, I mean that's the main reason, and like another other reasons as well, like UST's famous for their academic pressure, and also where was I? I mean, yeah, just I wasn't happy with my studies there, so that's why I dropped out from DDP. And the thing is, when I dropped out, I didn't even have any backup plans. So, like I said, I'm very grateful for this second chance to pursue a career that, like this time, like is meaningful to me, and something I can see myself doing for the next 30 years. So, as for what I'm excited for, um, I think I'm excited for most things at uni except for studying, because I haven't touched biology and like chemistry for a while, so I'm a bit rusty there. But other than that, um, I'm excited to like um, meet new people, excited to compete against others in like sports or um, other things as well. And then I'm just excited to basically kind of uh, like have like a long-term goal, to career goal to work towards. Um, so I guess more specifically, my goals for this semester, I've kind of broken it down to 4 categories. Um, yeah, and then so my first goal relating to study would be to just put an hour of work into studying per day. I won't go so far as to say like, oh, I need a GPA like above 3 or above 4, because I know a lot of my classmates are, really studious, and uh, like the grade is not really something I can control, right? But what I can control is like the effort I put into it. Back in secondary, I didn't really have any good study habits, and this kind of carried on into my UST studies, which is another reason why like I struggled at UST. Like in a different timeline, if I had better study habits back then, I'd probably be slaving away at an investment bank right now. Like I'd be making back, but I don't think I'd be happy there. So, um, yeah, like I'm grateful to be able to join the PolyU Physio family. Um, yeah, and then as for sports, I've been like swimming since I was a kid, and uh, I think uh, it'd be nice if I were to be able to like join this PolyU swim team, because they're famous for just being really strong. They have a lot of Hong Kong team members, and I feel like like if I had the same level of training as them, like in the pool like 6 times a day, then I would definitely be at their level. But the thing is, I don't train 6 times a day. I train I train 1 time a week, or maybe like twice a week. So I'm I can't really match up to them. Oh, I put up the 50-meter freestyle times from last year just for reference, and then uh, so my best is a 25.8, and then you can see here like the final, like the eighth dude is 26.04. So I probably make it into the finals. But the thing is, I have to compete against PolyU team members, not like uh, people from other schools to be able to represent PolyU. So basically, it just comes down to who shows up at the team tryouts in 2 weeks. So that's my short term goal now. I'm just putting my time in the pool and working towards like uh, being able to bring my best performance to the tryouts. Oh, and then I mean, if that doesn't work, because honestly, I think there's like a 10-20% chance I even join the swim team anyways. I get into the swim team anyways. My other sports goals would be to get a front lever and also a handstand. So these are like some gym goals I've been working towards this past few years, and lately I've gotten a coach to help me with that. So it'd be nice if like my hard work would like pay off for once, and then just being able to like see the end of this like goal that's been going on for multiple years. And then for the last two aspects, for social, I guess I don't really have any like goal in mind there, but I just want to be more open to new experiences. Back in UST, like my mindset was just go to class, study, and then go home. So I didn't really care about like trying new things, doing activities, or like meeting people. So but this time, like since like like I'm not I've realized like what my just I have different priorities now. So that's just something I want to be more open to, basically. Um, yeah, and then I guess the last one would be sleep. I mean, yeah, like sleep is always important, and then I just woke up from my nap, which is why I kind of sound dead. But my goal for that would just be to like sleep at 11 p.m. So I can because you need it for anything, right? You need energy to study, you need energy to exercise and whatever. So there's that. So that's it for this video. Yeah, it's starting to get a bit long, but I think this is a good place to end it. So peace.